And you see the presentation now. So we will see if we have any participants in the meeting yet. Otherwise, I will start and say hello to everyone. My name is Claes Karlstedt, and I will be talking about Fujitsu integrated system PrimeFlex, which could be your fast track to data center infrastructures. If you have any questions, pop them in the chat. We will get back to them at the end of the presentation. And I would like to talk about the job of an IT manager. And that is not easy because he's always in areas of conflict with pressure from three sides. Management expects maximum flexibility from corporate IT to respond quickly and effectively to ever-changing business demands. This requires adjustments to existing IT services and, above all, fast delivery of new services. At the same time, financial managers are looking for more efficiency. This includes less complexity and lower cost. And in addition to more cost transparency and predictability, minimized risks and full compliance needs to be kept with IT directives and legislation. And finally, we have the end users. And the end users, they expect to get the highest service levels as a prerequisite because they would like to achieve the highest levels of productivity and satisfaction for themselves. So one of the tasks IT managers are faced with again and again is building IT infrastructures for the data center, which often proves to be extremely complex. The main reason for this is the complexity of the infrastructure itself, which is composed of diverse components such as servers, storage, networks, virtualization layers for all these components, databases and other middleware, as well as applications. And in addition to this, we have the need for a management layer to keep those components under control. So a deep knowledge of all components involved is required, and often an understanding of their various interdependencies on each other. Often the coordination among the various administrators who are in charge of the individual components seems to be endless. And because every installation is different, maintenance tends to be complex too. So in other words, do-it-yourself or DIY approach can cause some serious headaches, which in turn is certainly in conflict with the business requirements previously discussed. So when building the infrastructure in a do-it-yourself approach, you first of all need to select the right components from a myriad of options, procure and configure them before you integrate the individual components on site. And as the compatibility of the components isn't guaranteed at all because you have a must to do an extensive testing. And the fact that these components may originate from multiple vendors doesn't make things easier. And all these activities are time-consuming and expensive while presenting businesses with multiple risks. These considerations raise the question of whether building data center infrastructures on your own and reinventing the wheel for every project is really the best way to go. Nowadays, nobody would come up with the idea of building a PC himself. Manufacturers have demonstrated that they can build them better, faster, more reliably, and at less cost. The same is true for servers. Therefore, questions such as why stop with servers and why not move up the chain to complete infrastructures are truly justified. This is exactly what an integrated system is about. It is a predefined, pre-integrated and pre-tested combination of data center components, such as servers, storage, network connectivity, and software. While management software is mandatory, depending on the use case, software for virtualization, automation and orchestration, as well as databases and applications may optionally be included. And depending on which components are included in an integrated system, we distinguish between systems built for general purposes and purpose-built systems. General purpose systems are applicable for various usage scenarios, while the purpose-built systems are optimized for a specific use case. And based on real-life project experience, an integrated system is designed in a way that its components will work optimally together. With a do-it-yourself approach, all typical activities have to be done after the project has started. You have to design the infrastructure, integrate the individual components, and test the integrated combination of the selected components before the actual on-site deployment and integration into the production environment. With an integrated system, necessary things such as the infrastructure design, integration of components, and testing have all been done before the project starts. So the required activities after project start are confined to the on-site deployment and the integration into the production environment. And due to all the advantages I just mentioned, organizations today are adopting integrated systems faster than just individual infrastructure building blocks. And this trend will be ever increasing in the future. The benefits resulting from an integrated system are manifold. Complexity is reduced because introducing a new infrastructure in your data center becomes much simpler. You will experience less trouble through trial and error testing because the compatibility of all components is absolutely guaranteed. And apart from this, you will need less time for planning and deployment. And deployment will be tremendously accelerated, which shortens the time to production and, above all, the time to value. At the same time, risk is minimized and the skill sets required in your IT department will be less demanding. And moreover, an integrated system represents a perfect foundation for efficient operations and reduced maintenance efforts. All these aspects help reduce cost, both CapEx and OpEx. And finally, we should not ignore the fact that all these benefits enable IT organizations to focus on the really important aspects of the business. So moving away from a build and maintain focus means improved responsiveness to new business requirements, or even driving business to a new level. So what is Fujitsu's role in the area of integrated systems? Under the PrimeFlex brand, we offer a family of integrated systems built for general purpose and purpose-built systems. And in addition to the classical converged systems, the PrimeFlex lineup includes hyperconverged systems, enabling customers to an easy path of getting to a software-defined data center. So Fujitsu's integrated systems are built from best-in-class components, either based on our own technologies, such as Fujitsu Server Primacy or Fujitsu Storage Eternus, or third-party technologies from leading technology partners who are recognized as leaders in the market. So the era of integrated systems started with a classical converged system approach with servers, storage, network connectivity, and software being pre-integrated to accelerate deployment, minimize compatibility issues, and to simplify management. Hyperconverged systems go a step further as they try to integrate all resources in a commodity server node, making a dedicated physical storage area network or a SAN with its management superfluous. So instead, data storage spreads across the local disks of the server nodes. We will have built-in data services such as data replication, snapshots, deduplication, and data tiering. That turns hyperconverged systems into a software-defined storage platform. So the unified management for both compute and storage resources brings simplification to a new level, I must say. While the classical converged systems scale on a component level, hyperconverged systems enables scalability on a node level. Compute performance and storage capacity can be scaled just by adding or removing servers into the cluster. So hyperconverged systems provide diverse benefits, in addition to those resulting from integrated systems in general. Having compute and storage resources integrated in a single box makes deployment even easier and faster. So the single pane of glass management for both compute and storage resources will reduce that administration effort and the skill demands. As there is no external storage included, data center footprint will often be reduced, just as energy consumption and cooling requirements. And due to their high scalability, most hyperconverged systems can easily be aligned to growing business demands, while business continuity is always ensured. And finally, all the aforementioned benefits often have a positive impact on the capital and operational expenditure, the CapEx and the OpEx. So if your workloads scale horizontally, hyperconverged will be a perfect fit, especially if compute and storage resources need to scale in tandem. And this applies to specific workloads which require fixed amounts of CPU performance, main memory, disk space, and IOPS. And typical examples are hosted virtual desktops, hosted shared desktops. If your workloads scale vertically or may require granular expansion on the component level, hyperconverged might be less appropriate. An example of this is monolithical applications, which cope with increasing data volumes using a scale-up approach instead. So for hyperconverged infrastructures, virtualization is a prerequisite. Therefore, they cannot be used for workloads which run on bare metal only. Maybe because a virtual environment would be ineffective and slow them down. Moreover, as most implementations of hyperconverged are based on a single hypervisor, they won't fit if a mixed operation of multiple hypervisors is needed to run different workloads. And having all told, when it comes to the question, classical converged or hyperconverged, the use case matters. There are good reasons to look at both architectural approaches, and it's recommendable to take the decision specifically per each use case and go for hyperconverged systems only if their benefits outweigh the drawbacks. Hyperconverged has become an attractive option for remote offices and branch offices, and as no external storage infrastructure needs to be maintained, frequent costly on-site visits can be avoided. There are customer cases where travel time could be reduced by up to 99% just by replacing a physical SAN by a hyperconverged infrastructure. If your workloads benefit from the data services coming with hyperconverged, you may use these services without any additional investment. If you don't need them, you will be indirectly paying for things you don't use. Another aspect worth considering is the expected growth. The more frequently you have to expand your infrastructure, the more you will benefit from the ease of scalability that features hyperconverged. We also provide the Fujitsu infrastructure management that enables a converged lifecycle management of integrated systems across servers, storage, networking, and even third-party devices. The impact of the unified management for all compute components included is simplified operations. Statistics says that troubleshooting and root cause identification are done up to 23 times faster compared to silo management, while installation time for operating systems, for instance, could be reduced by up to 70%. Agility is increased because the intuitive software provides actionable insights, and workloads can easily be reassigned, and traffic can be redirected based on policies, which in turn increases the responsiveness of IT to business. Another result of using ISM is cost reduction. According to statistics, time and cost of firmware updates could be reduced up to 90%, while power consumption could be cut down by 50% due to the power cap function built into ISM. So Fujitsu's integrated systems are either delivered as appliances or reference architectures. Appliances are built and tested in exactly the same manner as all of our servers and storage systems, thus achieving the same quality level you expect from any product. They are not just pre-configured, pre-integrated, and pre-tested, they're also fully pre-installed at the factory before shipping, ready to run to the customer. Therefore, the on-site activity is confined to the deployment and integration into the existing environment. Procurement is very easy after there is a single order code for the entire integrated system. With appliances, there is no design effort at all, and you are freed from any potential risk and have chosen the fastest way to operation. If more configuration flexibility is required, reference architectures are the better choice. Reference architectures are pre-tested, validated design blueprints based on a proof of concept. However, they can easily be adapted and custom tailored at a certain extent to customer-specific requirements. So using reference architectures, component integration and installation happen typically on-site, and in order to ensure a smooth setup, Fujitsu provides detailed configuration and installation guidelines as a standard. So depending on the individual offering, on-site deployment by Fujitsu or a certified partner of ours, which is a mandatory part of the integrated systems offering, that means that the reference architecture-based system will be handed over ready to run to the customer. And hence you will gain similar benefits as with appliances, but with an additional flexibility advantage. As an option, reference architectures or adjusted reference architectures can even be pre-installed in one of our staging centers, shipping the reference architecture even ready to run ex-factory to the customer, while we accelerate the time to production even more. So for all these reasons, PrimeFlex reference architectures are certainly more than just the norm. Although most of the typical activities have been done by Fujitsu before project start, some activities still need to be done on site. But even with these remaining activities, we and our partners will not leave you out in the rain. There is a more challenging task than the on-site deployment, which is often an integral part of the PrimeFlex offering, and that is the integration into an existing production environment. And that could be covered by Fujitsu's integration services that customers may order optionally. And even if additional services are needed, for instance, database migration or anything else, it does make sense to have a word with us at Fujitsu. By the way, we shouldn't be ignoring consulting services, which often represent a groundbreaking element for organizations at the beginning of any IT journey. Examples include assessments, customer briefings, IT investment decision support, configuration and sizing support, and many others. So for sure, fast deployment and short time to production are obvious advantages of integrated systems. However, we should not ignore the fact that integrated systems can still cause substantial effort during operation. So the Fujitsu solution support relieves you from your headaches caused by unpredicted problems during operation while ensuring operational efficiency. And as the name implies, Fujitsu provides support for the entire integrated system with aligned service levels for all of its components, be it hardware or software, be it from Fujitsu or our technology partners. This even applies to the reference architectures, which could have been adapted to customer-specific requirements. So it goes without saying that there is a single point of contact for all support matters related to the integrated system. Besides reactive services based on optimized processes, optional proactive services are offered comprising regular system health checks, and thus critical system conditions can be detected early and preventive maintenance measures could be initiated. There are various service level options for reactive and proactive services, which differ in service scope, response time, recovery time, and likewise the frequency of proactive services can be defined by the customer. And due to Fujitsu's global capabilities, support services can even be delivered consistently across geographic borders and globally. Fujitsu's integrated systems are unsurpassed when it comes to best practices and extensive project experience. Fujitsu has a long track record. The first integrated system was shipped back in 2002, long before the term of integrated system was used in the market. Since then, the processes for end-to-end solutions have been continuously optimized. This is underpinned by a dedicated product management for each integrated system. In addition to the quality assurance for the individual hardware and software components, quality assurance also happens on the integrated systems level, which is in turn a guarantor for the benefits you receive. And the same applies to the manufacturing process of the appliances. So finally, let's not forget the established support processes on the integrated system level, which will enable hassle-free operations. Next step is to talk about the integration of new solutions into existing data center environments. And that has been one of Fujitsu's core activities over decades. And the fact that Fujitsu operates more than 150 data centers in over 20 countries across the globe might be a sufficient proof of its data center service capabilities. And these might be all good reasons why many customer organizations have chosen integrated systems from Fujitsu. So after having discussed integrated systems in general, Fujitsu's view on integrated systems and all the attractive supplements offered by Fujitsu, let's now have a closer look at Fujitsu's integrated systems portfolio. In all its integrated system activities, Fujitsu focuses on what its customer demands. So in doing so, various topic areas are addressed correspondingly. These areas of high relevance for our customers are, for example, virtualization, cloud, and SAP environments. The slide shows the PrimeFlex lineup of systems and the mapping to the topic areas I just mentioned. All PrimeFlex systems seamlessly integrate with public cloud services, ensuring a consistent user experience across locations. Hence, PrimeFlex is truly a family of hybrid IT-enabled integrated systems. Well, although most has been said, so let us recapitulate what makes PrimeFlex different. So we start. Well, Fujitsu provides flexibility and choice in various regards. In terms of architecture, classical converged or hyperconverged. In terms of storage, used in classical converged system, it could be hybrid or all flash from Fujitsu or NetApp. In terms of software for virtualization and cloud management, from VMware, Microsoft, and Nutanix. In terms of licensing, you could use OEM licenses, resale licenses, or you bring your own licenses. In terms of configuration and sizes, as well as in terms of financing and services options, including various service levels. So to make your life simple, configuration and installation guidelines are available as a standard for PrimeFlex reference architectures. A converged lifecycle management simplifies operation, while our end-to-end services cover all you may need. Solution support on infrastructure level means a single point of contact that will resolve issues during operation. We have various components such as data protection appliances deeply integrated with PrimeFlex, and the fact that all systems are hybrid IT enabled make PrimeFlex even more attractive. PrimeFlex is built on industry-leading hardware, which excels in performance, reliability, and efficiency, and thus ensures you optimal resource utilization by design. As mentioned before, we have a long track record in integrated systems. Looking back at the first ever shipped integrated system in 2002, we also have a lot of customer projects we can refer to. Together with our proven track record for engineering, quality and reliability, together with Fujitsu's global presence and its financial stability, it may be good reasons to take PrimeFlex into consideration. Integrated systems relieve you from the pain caused by building data center infrastructures of your own, because they help to reduce complexity, time, and risk while increasing operational efficiency. Fujitsu integrated system PrimeFlex is focused on customer requirements. Together with its add-ons, you get all that you need, from quick time to value and much more. So if you are tired of the do-it-yourself model and want to choose the simple and fast track to your data center infrastructure, it might be a good choice to choose PrimeFlex from Fujitsu. And by that, I would like to thank the audience for the time spent together with me and open up for questions. I don't know if you get any questions yet.
So at the moment, we don't have any questions. Seems everybody knows what you're talking about. But Klaas, I would like to thank you about this presentation. I think it's gonna open up a new perspective to the customers, and I think if I have any questions related to presentation, I will let you know, and I think we can answer in offline also then.
Absolutely, you're more than welcome, Lars.
Yeah. So thank you for joining, everyone, and let's meet again.
Bye.